Welcome back to my Nakama-chans and Sans, everything in between. Hey, have you ever sang Being Sake for karaoke? I have. Alex, roll the clip. Okay, anyway, that was a thing that I did last weekend. Broken Japanese, but I did my best.
I also forced him to have it at his wedding. Not karaoke, but
yeah, it was just the instrumental. Anyway, welcome to our predictions.
No, you mean Brooke didn't show up to your wedding to do Bing Sake for you guys?
Man, I wish. That would have been awesome.
Man, must have been busy or something.
Especially if everybody knew the song and sang with him. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're here to talk about our predictions for One Piece Chapter 1071.
Indubitably.
Because, oh my gosh, 1070 was pretty good. I still think 1069, nice. Just barely beats it out comparatively to those two chapters.
Mostly because the number and the innuendo.
It's so many
To be fair, the last 5 chapters have all been pretty fucking goated.
Dude, this whole arc has just been fantastic
fucking so good.
I love this. Anyway,
Eggheads.
but we're here to focus on the future, not the present or the past.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alex, I'm going to let you go ahead and open up with your predictions.
Absolutely. So, my first prediction for 1071 is going to be an instant cutaway. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to focus on something other than Egghead initially.
I wouldn't like that.
Do not know what. Probably G14. Maybe,
I'd be okay with that.
Some smoker action. Because here's the thing. Kizaru is calling in warships. My guess is fucking Vice Admiral Smoker has a warship in the area,
Is it bad? So, obviously, this was before we got to this current arc. So, obviously, before this arc happened, I was always like, I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about Blackbeard.
Fair.
And I almost said that because I actually forgot about the last thing that was happening with Blackbeard. I'm so enthralled.
Why I have the hat on?
I know. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I totally forgot why you're wearing the hat. Anyway,
way worse.
Continue.
Anyway, so I think that'd be kind of cool, and then we can kind of have a showdown of who smokes more, Kizaru or Smoker. Could be fun. Anyway, after we get that cutaway and see what update G14 has for us, Kizaru arrives on Egghead. I don't know if
next chapter.
I would like that.
Right.
I mean, clearly he's not far away since he's already identified that
Straw
Hat
he's definitely
is there.
on his way, but
right?
They have a heavy intelligence.
I mean, their intelligence is on the island. And Stussy was like, hey, we have to wait for the Marines. So she must have communicated it.
For sure.
He can't be too far away, but he's at light speed, bro. He's going to beat everyone there if he wants to. Pew! Anyway, warships are on their way, and I think we see some interesting people on those warships. It might be akin to a buster call of a bunch of Vice Admirals and warships. Could be fun. I also think when we do return to the inner workings of the lab stratum up above the clouds and the fortifications, we have the death of Atlas.
Oh, shit.
And it'd be kind of crazy because you know how Atlas holds the sky, and with her death, the sky comes down. Could be a nice parallel. But
Do you think the stratum's just gonna collapse?
No, I just think it's a parallel of Atlas not being able to hold it because she runs riot, right? And now she's gone, right? But I think that might lead the anger to come back to Vegapunk and the rest of the punks, and now they're going to be pissed. So I think maybe Vegapunk or one of the satellites, my guess is Lilith, might try to take some fucking revenge, recontrol the Seraphim and try to fucking turn on, Lucci and all them and get some fucking vengeance.
Anger and passion can pair very well with evil.
Mm-hmm. And I think that might put her in a very bad spot, leading us to our second potential death of Vegapunk.
Oh, Lilith. Okay, got it.
Lilith's just my more obvious choice because she has evil intentions. But I don't know. I just don't see Pythagoras. Lucci, I will revenge my fallen waifu.
Why am I forgetting what the small guy I voiced? Edison.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely not me, Edison or
I don't
Pythagoras.
think it's going to be either of them.
I just find them to be too polite. Edison's like a southern cowboy.
Little bumpkin.
Bumpkin.
He's like the guy at the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z. that like fights Raditz.
Shit!
Where he's like, "Hey, you gotta get out of here!"
I just love the Team 4-star version of that character.
It is pretty fun.
Anyway, okay, cool.
He's protecting like his cannabis, right?
Yes.
But yeah, I think that could that's what that might all lead into. I don't know if we get like that outcome in 71, but it would set us up for Luffy being like, oh, he killed another person. We have to maybe not run away so quick because
that one didn't give me food, so I don't care.
That's the other thing too. I don't think York is doing shit. I don't think Pythagoras
she might be taking a shit.
She's taking a nap or taking a shit. Ooh, an angry shit, but a shit nonetheless. I don't think she's doing anything. I don't really see Vegapunk with all of his brilliance doing anything. And then Shaka's too logical. It has to be Lilith in my mind. If Vegapunk is going to seek fucking vengeance, might be Lilith.
I can see that.
But anyway, that's what I think starts to go down.
Cool.
And fun fact, I don't think we released the boots yet.
Oh, yeah. That's still a,
Sanji's like, let us go!
Problem.
And Vegapunk's like, anyway, this green blood I invented.
Green blood is everywhere. I love green blood.
It's literally, it's ridiculous.
And Sanji's just like, oh goodness, can we stop talking about blood? Anyway, okay.
I needed that one time.
Anything else, Alex?
No, those are my main predictions for 1071.
Alrighty, hear me out.
I'm gonna have to.
I mean, you have to.
I can't leave.
You're stuck here. He's stuck here. Everybody has to listen here. Okay, you're not stuck here. You can click off anytime.
But
please don't.
Please don't do that.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like.
So, and not all of this can happen next chapter.
Certainly not.
But here's like after reading this chapter, here's where I think Oda's gonna kind of turn some stuff on its head for me, and this is kind of crackpotty because don't get me wrong,
you do a lot of crack.
Luffy is definitely up there when it comes to strong people in the verse currently, and this might be a chance to prove how strong he is. Because I almost feel like this is going to be a flipping on its head of Sabati mixed with the clear Enies Lobby parallels we've been getting, where Kizaru is going to show up, and I actually think Luffy is going to fight Kizaru, and somebody else is going to fight Lucci. Don't know who yet, but the reason I say that is Lucci wasn't hitting Luffy at all. He was getting absolutely pounded. He is nothing compared to God form Luffy. And I'm not saying like Luffy ran out of energy, or maybe it was because he went on the retreat that he obviously went out of Gear 5, and that's just what happens. Because he honestly bounced back from it pretty quick.
It's kind of similar to Gear 3rd when he gets really small after. He goes
Yeah.
huge. He gets really old
It
after he gets
doesn't
super
feel like there's any real consequences yet.
Not really.
I'm not saying that there won't be, but right now it doesn't feel like there's consequences. And I mean, the last time that happened to him in his fight with Kaido, he was very easily able to recover. Oh, heart, keep pounding. Give me that funky beat, white boy. Literally, white boy. Anyway, but
Zoro follows him.
But yeah, I if I had to guess, it's gonna be kind of a weird mix-up now, because I think Luffy will fight Kizaru, Kuma might come in and fight Lucci, and that's just my random thing there. Zoro and Sanji will probably have a good time against the Seraphim. And then I actually don't know in my head who Kaku fights, if Kaku fights.
The rest of the Strides.
I don't think he's essentially somebody else.
My hope is that since Kaku's never been too far behind Lucci, he might also be an awakened giraffe. And that'll be
that'd be cool.
That'll be a funny fucking form, I would hope.
I bet it would be very funny. But I still think this could... Don't get me wrong. The possibility is still there for this to be a full retreat. However, the way things are going, the amount of warships that Kizaru is calling for right now, the fact that he's on his way, I think this is going to be a moment for the Straw Hats to stand and show, hey, it wasn't a fluke that we beat a Yonko. we are on this stage, we are here to stay, and we are heading for that. We are wings, we are all carriers of the next pirate king. That's where I'm honestly leaning right now. Like, back when the last few chapters, I agreed with you on Egghead could be very tragic. I think right now there will be some tragedy. I do think there will be casualties of the punks specifically. Vegapunk himself, no. But Prime Punk will live. And I actually think Egghead stands. I think Egghead withstands this siege of the government, and it's all because of this Yonko crew. I genuinely believe that. I think that Luffy stands against Kizaru and rises where he last fell against this particular opponent.
And crazy. That all happened in 71?
Not all in 71, but
what do you think for sure?
But the building blocks start getting there.
Sure.
So I could see Kizaru arriving. I could see Kuma arriving. And like I mentioned, I could see some of these things starting to get set up where Luffy and Zoro and Sanji in particular, and even Jinbei can be included in this discussion, where they basically have the resolve of like, no, we're strong enough. We're not running. We're proving that we're a Yonko crew for a reason.
Do you think Kizaru is smart enough to like not go full frontal with them, or do you think he just is that confident? Like, do you think he's an admiral that if he has to take something seriously?
Based on what he says at the end of the chapter there, because I think he still feels like...
He's not an Aramaki where he's just going to go do it all solo himself.
Yeah, because
literally
he's currently bringing
many
a bunch of warships there. So I think he is being smart and tactful about this.
Which is surprising.
He doesn't go in all...
My man never does that shit. I mean, to be fair, he did arrive at Sabaody with a bunch of shit, too. Yeah. But then again, he went way ahead of everybody else. But then once it came
time to, like, go and handle the cruise, he was basically doing it all by himself.
And he was all backed up with Kumas and Sentomaru as well, which I want to know how he reacts to Sentomaru. That's what I want to know.
Because also, like, is Sentomaru currently an enemy
I think Sentomaru is either, like, so unconscious that like he's not going to be back for the rest of the arc. Yeah. Or he might be dead because they have control of the Seraphim at the very end.
Yeah.
And I don't think Kaku just goes, this is a real pity, Sentomaru.
Oh, and there it is. He's standing on him right there. Never mind.
I mean...
It was just seriously something I was kind of unclear on.
I can't imagine an assassin would go, it's a shame you're unconscious.
No, you know? You're right. I can agree with that. Yeah, we'll see what Kizaru thinks of that. Because also, once again, we haven't really established if there's actually a family relationship there. The only thing that, like, Sentomaru definitely seems more loyal to Vegapunk over Kizaru.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So, sent all the Seraphim after the CP Zeros.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've never wanted to know more what's in Kizaru's head than right now.
It's just a bunch of light, dude.
You usually assume nothing. You would assume nothing. But how he ends the chapter, you're like, nah, man, my man's thinking.
Nah, he's thinking.
My man's thinking a little bit.
I don't like it when Kizaru plans. Just kidding. But yeah, no, that's what building blocks I think start getting set up, and I think ultimately Egghead does not turn into a full tragedy, but a victory and like a full on we're here and we're here to stay.
That's crazy.
That's what I think.
Those are our predictions for chapter 1071 coming in 2 weeks' time.
Hopefully everybody will be present and we'll give you our live reactions, our review, and then obviously after that, the predictions for 1072.
Yeah, look forward to the new 2023 The Yonko Podcast updates. There'll be a few. They'll be cool.
Got plenty of stuff coming in the new year. So stick around, folks.
Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe.
Lucci for the week.
That I can get down with.